Welcome back to Operation 8th Air Force for Turn 12 Italy. It's now January of 1941. Italy will have one tech dice to roll for. They're going to try and complete long-range aircraft at an 8. So let's give that a go. Alright, here we go. And a 6 is no good. Alright, Italy has 14 in the bank. They're going to spend 8 on 2 colonials, so that's 8. And then 2 infantry, so that'll take us to 11, and 3 is 14, so that's all their money. All right, combat. Italy has 1 combat. These poor coastal subs trapped out in the Atlantic, completely surrounded, are going to fight it out and duel it out to the death. So they're going to just convoy raid here in 828. There's not much choice for them at this point. There's no way they're getting back to Italy. So they're just going to hang out there and do what damage they can. The rest of it's going to be non-combat moves. All right, so let's get to rolling that. So Italy has radar, so it'll be +1 for the radar, and then the Brits have anti-submarine warfare, radar, and long range. So essentially that'll make me roll at a -2. Where am I? So they've got a modifier of +3. I've got +1. And then I'm +1 for, actually -1. So -1 on the dice. All right, so here we go. And we've got the anti-submarine warfare dice in there as well. So we've got -1, so 6, yeah, so 5 to 5, so nothing. And the anti-submarine warfare misses, that's 1. And here goes the other one. And that's a 1 anyway, so that's that's a washout. So nothing, a 1 to a 6 and 11 there, so no result there. So I think their days are coming to an end. All right, that's the end of our combat. Let's get to our non-combat. Should be a nice quick turn. Africa's looking pretty grim, so we're going to back up these infantry. Unfortunately, we're going to leave our Japanese friends in the lurch here, but we're going to take 1 medium armor from Rhodesia back up into Tanganyika with 1 infantry and 1 cavalry. So they've come from Rhodesia, 1 cavalry, 1 light armor, 1 infantry. From Sudan, 1 infantry comes back into Abyssinia. From Nubia, 1 infantry will come back into Eritrea. All right, that's that done, Africa. All right, oh no, 1 more up here. So from Tunisia, 1 infantry marches back, 1 into Tripolitania. All right, then our last 2 non-combat moves. Let's get to moving 2 infantry from northern Italy. 2 infantry will march south to Rome. So we'll just take those off the stack. And those 2 go to Rome. So there'll be 3 Italian infantry there, plus some other bits and bobs. All right, so that's done. And then last but not least, this medium bomber that's in northern Italy leaves an airbase with a movement of 7. 1 into M5, 2 into M6, 3 into M4, and finally we'll land in Tobruk. I'll put that on the card a bit later, so I don't do my back end. Okie dokie. All right, that is the sum total of the Italian turn. Quite depressing. Let's get to place units. All right, 2 colonial infantry go down in the same old spots. 1 in Italian Somaliland, hopefully you can see that. And the other one into Cyrenaica. And there we go. All right, the 2 infantry, regular infantry will be built in northern Italy. Now we'll chip that out later. All right, income. Italy spent all $14. We're still sitting on 14 for now. So we'll collect 14. I don't think we lost any territories last time from the Brits. I think it was from the Germans. Yeah, that's right, it's from the Germans. So $14 for us next time. Let's do a quick disposition because I haven't done one in a little minute. So let's do one for Italy. Start down the bottom here. So in Tanganyika, we have 2 infantry, a light armor, and a cav. I'll zoom in a little bit more so we can see a bit better. Italian Somaliland has 2 infantry. 2 infantry, there's a Japanese fighter and an Italian militia. Abyssinia, 1 infantry, 1 militia. Eritrea, 1 infantry, 1 militia. Western Egypt, 1 infantry. This goes on to the card. So let's look at Tobruk. And I'll cover off on just the Italians in Tobruk. 1 medium bomber, 2 fighters, a seaplane, 2 Italian infantry. The rest is German. In Cyrenaica, we can get rid of that. And the cat is protesting as well. So we now have a total of 4 infantry, 1 militia, 1 motorized. Tripletania, 1 infantry and 1 militia. Tripoli, 2 infantry, 1 militia. The Navy now consists of, over here in A28, 2 coastals. The Navy hasn't changed in port in West Germany, so probably no real need to cover that, but I can do if required. All right, in Rome, so just covering off on the Italian stuff. We've got 2 mountain infantry, we've got 3 militia, 3 Italian infantry. In northern Italy, there is 4 infantry now. There is 1 fighter, 1 Italian fighter, 1 militia. The rest of the stuff is German. I think that's everything. Nice quick turn for Italy. I'll turn it over now to KMT and USA. So it'll be Bruce. Thanks for watching.